Hey, how you doing? Lisa here at Lisa Fisher Styling, and I have a very special guest, my husband, Mike Fisher. Hey, today Mike and I wanted to come and share with you a little bit about the Katian Boutique. Mike and I had the chance in April of 2018 to visit Katian Boutique in Florence, Italy together. And Mike had an experience that I'd really like him to share with you because Daniel and Catalina from the Katian Boutique are coming here to the USA. It's their debut here, and they're choosing Seattle to come and share their beautiful leather styles. So on Saturday, November 16th, and a few of you have been asking, is this for women? Is this for men? Who's the audience? And it is definitely for men and women. So I just thought it'd be really fun for us to share, your jacket and your experience. So
Sure.
when we were there, right, in
Mhm.
Italy, as we went to the boutique, were you even thinking about, were you there with the intention of purchasing a jacket?
Not a plan in the world. No, not a
Okay.
one.
So you had, come there because I had already been shopping with the girls, right?
Yeah,
And so I wanted you to meet Daniel and Catalina.
right.
So what were your first thoughts? I mean, these are two designers, they're the boutique owners. What was like your first impression?
Sure. Well, I certainly wasn't too sure what to expect, but they were great folks. I mean, they're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Just very warm, very inviting. Nothing of the sort of feeling like you don't know anything about leather, so why even here? None of that. I mean, it was a great experience. I had a lot of fun. I mean, if I walked in there with any knowledge of leather, I probably had 10 times that amount by the time I walked out. And just mostly because it was so fun and it was
Right.
just, it kept intriguing me the whole way along. So it was great.
Yeah, and you've always been a person about quality over quantity. And just even watching you, in the boutique, right? I just really do remember that when Daniel started fitting you and you could literally see what the garment looked like on your body. I just remember it just like totally intrigued you.
Yeah.
And then the questions just started like, well, tell me about the leather and tell me about the cleaning process. Like how long, how durable is this, right?
Right.
So
Right.
I just remember that.
Yeah. I mean, I had some specifics. I think I'm probably like a lot of guys in that my thought of a leather coat was your traditional thing you'd see in the U.S., like a leather bomber jacket or something like that. And
Yeah.
I had no intention of getting outside those dots. I mean, without you in my life, I'd probably be too conservative. But bottom line is, yeah, it was definitely an education, and I think the more I understood just how quality a garment that I had the opportunity to buy, and I still really wasn't even planning on buying until Daniel had one
Mhm.
that fit me perfectly,
Sure.
and then one turned into two, and way outside my dots, which we'll show you guys here. But
Yeah. Well, did
yeah.
you have it custom made then?
Well, basically, fortunately I fit a coat that he had already.
Gotcha.
Now,
Gotcha.
we did all the measurements and everything, but at the same time, this one fits me like a glove, literally. No pun intended.
Yeah. My memory, I didn't remember if it was had already fit you. So let's try them on and share.
Sure.
So Mike has two different jackets. One's a little shorter and then one's longer, literally like a blazer. So let's just go for it.
Sure. So this first one is really cool. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but this is a
Maybe a little
very,
here.
very unique coat. It's unique to me in a lot of ways because I'm used to kind of a heavy, bulky leather coat, which I've really just not found much in the U.S. that isn't that way. This is super thin. So if you can kind of get that in the camera, I don't know if you can, but very, very thin leather. And that was the first thing that impressed me. Like, man, that is completely different than anything else. And if I've learned anything from Lisa about clothes and fashion, it's that it's all about fit. It's something can look fantastic, but if it doesn't fit you well, you might as well not waste your money.
Mhm.
So I was impressed with that. The other thing that I was impressed with is that it was reversible. This particular coat has the soft but shiny side on one side. You can reverse it, and it's basically almost like a suede leather.
Mhm.
So that was the first thing that really impressed me. I'd not ever seen anything like that. So this is a great coat for me for like, spring or fall. And I enjoy it because I can travel in it. I can, wear it out on a date. I can do anything like that I want to. And it's very comfortable. And the whole notion of, custom fit is just fantastic. I mean, the length was perfect and it's very comfortable. And also you can move in it. With a lot of coats that I've gotten before or looked at leather coats before, unless they're bigger, much bigger, I didn't feel like I could move in them real well. So, fit perfectly. It's awesome.
Yeah. I might have even just step back 1 foot and then even maybe even turn around to the, I don't know if you can see but I love how in the back it has the high armhole. So there's a differentiator in between the torso and the arm, which just really gives to, that expert fit. I have you just turn back around. And this is a black.
This is actually navy blue.
Or is it navy blue?
Which is something else that I'd never seen before. I've seen various colors of leather, but they're usually versions of gray or brown or black. And this is a navy blue. It is beautiful. It is
beautiful. And I love this. Like, let's see it reversible. So it's so soft inside.
Sure. The other thing I love about this coat that Daniel explained to me is that if you buy a high quality leather coat and it's I'll call it tanned correctly. There's a whole process, and we'll have to let you listen to Daniel about that. But the great thing about this coat is two things for me as a guy that travels a lot. Number one, I can fold it up and throw it in my bag or in the top in the airline, in the baggage area and on the airplane, and pull it out, and it looks exactly the same. And he told me I didn't have to worry at all about that. That's one. The second thing is there's the suede side. So the other thing is my territory ranges from Winnipeg over and up to Alaska and down to Boise and Utah. And so I get into some not so nice weather once in a while. And the other thing Daniel taught me about is that you can get this wet. You can walk out in a rainstorm, where I've always been afraid to death with a couple other leather coats we've had for me over the years. I've been scared to go out in the rain, even with them treated.
Yeah, if it gets spotted, it's just like you're out of luck. Right?
And this didn't require any treatment. And that was the thing that kind of really got my attention at first, is he was talking about the fact that, you won't need to put anything on this. It's good to go as is. You can walk in a rainstorm and it'll be fine. Just let it dry off.
Yeah, it's so remarkable. Cool. And I don't know if this is showing up in the video at all, as beautiful as it is. May I just have you stand back again?
Sure.
And so this is hitting Mike just right, just a little bit below his hip area. And then he's wearing the shirt untucked, of course, as one look. And then you could just tuck the shirt in and have a belt and have a whole nother sort of a look. But all right, so that's the shorter version. And let's try the longer one.
This one, you would have never even gotten me to pay attention to the notion of having a leather sport coat. But I have gotten more compliments on both these coats. But curiously enough, perhaps one particular customer in Boise, Idaho, who's from the Bay Area and kind of a style guy, or fancies himself that way anyway. He likes to wear a lot of different cool clothes. And so my rep and I down there were talking about it, and he loved this coat. My rep did, and he said, "Oh, dude, you need to wear that and show that to Carl at Micron." And I'm like, "You think?" And he goes, "Oh, he's a style guy. He'll love it." So it went over really well. But I would have never considered a leather sport coat unless Daniel talked me into it, and then had one, of course, that fit like a glove. And that is the case for this.
Well, talked you into it. He basically had you try it on, and we fell in love with it. And
well, it took a little talking into, though, because I'm pretty conservative by nature, and so
I was like, get it. Yeah. So that was
you were excited about it, and Daniel was telling me how cool it was. And so the next thing is, I have this now leather sport coat. And the great thing about this is same deal when I go into like a cool area.
Oh, yeah.
Cool weather-wise.
Sure. Forward to see.
So it's got the same fit as a classic sport coat.
Yeah, sure does.
I can wear it. I don't wear too many ties anymore, but, with my business dress, especially for traveling, it fits perfectly.
Let me step all the way back and see how long it is. So
classic, length for a sport coat.
Yep. Notice the difference. Y'all, how the other one was shorter, and now you can see with Mike having the shirt untucked, and it goes all the way down to
Yeah.
It's so awesome. I hope this is helpful. Again, what's so exciting is that these beautiful people are coming to Seattle.
Yeah.
And, it's just an opportunity to meet the designers, to, if you've ever thought about having something that's custom just for you and have an amazing fit, have amazing, material, and then have something that is durable and lifetime lasting. This is just a great opportunity. And I did have someone say, do I have to buy? Is this that sort of a thing? It's not. It's an opportunity to bring a little bit of Italy to us here, and the relationship. The relationship. I mean, having someone around the world that we have access to, that y'all have access to, and that's really the heart and the spirit of this event. We are going to have men and women modeling and showing the different some different styles, and a chance for you to meet the designer. So again, it's Saturday, November 16th. 10 a.m. is when we're going to kick off, but the doors will open at 9, and you'll have a chance for a meet and greet with Daniel and Catalina. And then we'll be having an exhibit of other products such as gloves, belts, wallets, and then for those of you who do know that you're wanting to, as Mike did, have a custom fitting and measurements, then that is available by appointment in the afternoon. So just come and enjoy, and it's a new experience, and maybe just come even wanting to create a possibility about, what could be something new to learn and maybe something to have. So we're excited for you to be there. So all of the information is in the link here in the message, and just thanks for allowing us to share with you, and just hope that you come join us and enjoy this special day with us. So thanks for being here.
It'll be a blast. We'll have a great time.
Bye, guys. That's awesome.